For more than 25 years, Hospice of the Rapidan has earned a sterling reputation as the leading hospice serving Culpeper, Fauquier, Madison, Orange, and Rappahannock counties. A nonprofit community organization, Hospice of the Rapidan is fully committed to providing the best possible end-of-life care to every patient and their loved ones. Medicare and Medicaid certified, its care is covered under most insurance plans.
The mission of Hospice of the Rapidan is to provide compassionate, dignified end-of-life care for people living in the 5 counties that our organization services. There is not a more difficult time in somebody's life than the end of life for either themselves or a loved one, and it's our organization's role to help hold their hand as they cross over that last bridge.
The medical, emotional, and spiritual challenges of a life-limiting illness are often overwhelming for a patient and their family. For help, more and more Americans are embracing hospice, a comprehensive program of medical care that provides emotional and spiritual support to patients of all ages, including infants and children and their families battling a disease or condition that can no longer be cured. According to the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization and the National Association for Home Care and Hospice, 1.4 million people received end-of-life care from a hospice in 2007. Most patients are cared for in their homes, but hospice care is offered in nursing homes as well.
Hospice provides care to anyone near the end of life. We have people with a variety of illnesses, from heart disease to kidney failure to lung disease, and all of them benefit immensely from the care they get in hospice. Hospice care is called in usually in the last 6 months of life when people have decided not to pursue curative therapy.
Founded in 1983, Hospice of the Rapidan provides a home-based program designed to provide support and care of persons of any age throughout Central Virginia in the late phases of incurable disease so they might live as fully and as comfortably as possible.
At Hospice of the Rapidan, we try to provide comprehensive, complete, caring, compassionate care for anyone at the end of life, regardless of their ability to pay. We provide a great variety of services. We pay for medications, we have nurses on call 24 hours a day who come in often, but also will come in the middle of the night when needed. We have aides, social workers, chaplain, bereavement services, and volunteers who will provide anything from music therapy to massage therapy to sitting with someone while their loved ones go out or go to church. We could not do it without our donors. Medicare and Medicaid do pay for many of our patients, but we take care of everyone, including people with no insurance and no health care and no coverage whatsoever. I've gone personally and visited people in little cabins without running water. We take care of everyone.
Because some terminally ill patients in this area of Virginia don't have a place to serve those whose care needs are beyond what can be provided in the home, Hospice of the Rapidan plans to build a residential hospice house specifically designed for terminally ill patients and their loved ones.
Our research has indicated that there is a need for it in our community, a need that's only going to grow as the population ages here and the population grows in this community. The Hospice of the Rapidan is very fortunate. 85% of our current funding comes from government sources like Medicare or Medicaid, which is sufficient to operate the services that we provide currently. So we're in good shape as our current program stands. If we're going to expand those services and build a hospice house or a facility like that, we're going to need to reach out to the community for additional fundraising.
We have so many successes, and successes happen every day with the people we cared for and their families. Just seeing someone who was in pain, who was short of breath, comfortable, relaxed, rested, seeing their family come to terms with their illness, able to care for them, seeing someone die comfortably at home with their loved ones around is a success, is a great success. I really enjoy the ability to help people, and in hospice we're uniquely able to help people. I'm able to relieve pain, I'm able to relieve suffering, I'm able to do something for people. I would love to be able to cure them, but if I cannot cure them, I'm thankful that I can help them to feel better.
After having all these cancers for many years, I had radiation, I had 2 chemotherapies, and they were not, at this point, having too much effect against the breast cancer cells, which were all over my body. But I also was growing additional tumors in my upper spine. So that's the one that decided that I my time was being a little limited, and I need to go to be sure I had some care. I would recommend Hospice of the Rapidan because I know most of the people who work there, and I know how very good and caring they are. And incidentally, I'm a registered nurse, and I think that I can evaluate the things that they have to offer.
My mom was diagnosed with cancer, and we spent a lot of time at University of Virginia. They actually suggested hospice, gave us several to choose from, and we went with Hospice of the Rapidan. We'd heard really good things about them. Actually, we had spoken with several people just in Culpeper, people that my father knows from church, people in our family, and they had experienced the love and care of hospice here at the Rapidan. Mom was under the care of Hospice of the Rapidan for 2.5 months, the last 2.5 months of her life, and I would rate their care at 15. Most of the time you have a 1 to 10 scale, they're beyond the scale. They're excellent. Coming home and having Hospice of the Rapidan care for her, it extended her life. It really did. The last 2.5 months, she was so happy, and we are grateful. We are very grateful.
Hospice of the Rapidan was requested by my physician to come and take care of my husband. They did an excellent job. The nursing staff and the help that came to bathe and help feed him, everything was set up very appropriately by hospice, and it was appreciated by me because towards the end he was really very ill, and they were with me every day at his end.
My husband was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he lived 10 months after he was diagnosed. We were not introduced to hospice until 12 days prior to his death. I wished I had been introduced to Hospice of the Rapidan prior to those 12 days. Those 12 days were very fast and overwhelming. With the staff that Hospice of the Rapidan has to offer, I would have preferred to have had more than 12 days to have worked with those professionals.
People think of hospice at times as ending or leaving, and that's not what hospice is about. What Hospice of the Rapidan spent the last 25 years doing is taking the most difficult time in people's lives, families and patients, and giving them hope for dignity, giving them hope for comfort, helping people understand what to expect, and letting them have the kind of future that they deserve.
At a time when medical, social, and spiritual expertise mean the most, Hospice of the Rapidan is there, providing compassionate and dignified end-of-life care. For more information or to donate, go to hotr.org or call the numbers on your screen.